20 grocery store clerk interview questions and answers. For some people, interviews can be nerve-wracking. It is normal to feel naturally shy while taking an interview. This is because we often try to come up with the best answers to impress the interviewer during the interview. We've all been in this scenario, don't you agree? It is often hard to predict questions the interviewer might ask. The good news is there are some common questions that can help you ace the interview. If you recently found a job interview as a grocery store clerk, then you are in luck. A grocery store clerk helps support grocery store operations. With this, it is important to acquaint yourself with what is required of you before walking in the interview. Make sure that you continue reading this article and get a gist of some of the questions you will be asked during the evaluation. 1. Why are you interested in this role? It is a frequent question asked in most interviews. Most interviewers tend to start with this question as it helps them know your intention for their company. While answering this question, you should create a picture of your value for the role. Sample answer. Why should we hire you? 5 best answers. While going through your company's site, I noticed that you have a tight-knit company culture. It intrigued me to apply for this role as I delight in making connections with my team. 2. What are the roles of a grocery store clerk? The interviewer is likely to ask you this question as a test to see if you understand the responsibilities of a grocery store clerk. Sample answer. A grocery store clerk ensures that everything runs smoothly in the grocery store. Therefore, the professional ought to have excellent organizational skills and commercial awareness. They must possess outstanding communication and interpersonal skills as they will interact with clients for most of their day. 3. What are the qualities that a grocery store clerk need to have to be successful? Interviewers often ask this question to assess if you understand what is required for a grocery store clerk to be successful. While answering this question, ensure that you highlight the qualities that would help you succeed in the field. Sample answer. I would say that a grocery store clerk may need more than a high school diploma to be successful. Not to say the diploma is not essential, but having more qualities will ease their work. Considering the professional will interact with customers, having excellent customer skills will steer the path of their success. Also, it will help if they are keen to detail as it will ensure everything runs smoothly. 4. What major challenge did you face during your last role? How did you manage them? The question often helps the interviewer to assess your problem-solving skills. In this case, while answering the question, you should highlight a problem or a learning experience you encountered and how you solved it. Sample answer. During my first year as a grocery store clerk, I interacted with a customer demanding a refund. The primary issue was they did not have a receipt. I did not take in her angry comments personally as I understood she was frustrated. I assured her that her concerns were being heard. I listened carefully to her complaints and explained that we would not give her a refund without a receipt due to company policies. I did not want her to walk out still feeling frustrated, so I took her to the counter rep, who gave her a store credit. I also gave her recommended replacements that were still of a similar price range and would serve her needs. She was glad she received the store credit and used it to buy the product I recommended to her. 5. Describe your daily routine as a grocery store clerk. Whenever an interviewer asks this question, it is often to test if the candidate understands their day-to-day duties. Therefore, it is best to research the daily schedule of a grocery store clerk before the interview. Sample answer. Once I clock in work, I'll wash my hands and wear my work attire. Later, I'll clean the store and ensure that it is in order. Once this is done, I'll check to see that the shelves are stocked up and have fresh products. While doing this, I'll make sure that I discard expired items. The next thing I'll do is to ensure that everything is well displayed and that they have the proper labels. I'll also check if there are any products out of order and request them. Once I finish up ensuring the store is in order now, I can wait for the customers to come in for me to help them out when need be. 6. Describe briefly about your experience. The question is often asked in most, if not all, interviews. The interviewer asks this for them to know more about your education and professional experience. Only provide necessary details that will be of help in your interview. Sample answer. I can say I'm a go-getter because I immediately applied to be a grocery store clerk right after I got my high school diploma. I worked with the company for 2 years. My experience there helped me strengthen my communication skills. It also helped improve my patience with others as I got to deal with different clients each day. 7. What kind of strategies and mindset is required for this role? The interviewer will ask this question to see if you have the right mindset to work at a grocery store. Sample answer. Interacting with people has its challenge. To succeed in this field, the professional needs to possess a calm mindset. This mindset will come in handy while dealing with difficult customers. It is not a good picture to see a grocery store clerk arguing with a client. The calm mindset will help ensure that all clients leave the store satisfied and not aggravated. 8. What is the biggest challenge that you foresee in this job? Note that an interviewer will ask this question to assess which part of the job you are most nervous about. The interviewer understands that you will encounter different challenges. What will make you stand out the most is how you deal with them. Sample answer. I understand that on busy days I'll have to move around to help out the customers. Things can move fast and get overwhelming. However, with the training and experience, I know I'll do a great job. 9. How do you stay motivated in your work? Whenever an interviewer asks this question, it is often to assess if the candidate understands what drives them. A candidate who can perfectly answer this shows the interviewer that they can stay on track. Sample answer. I'm moved by the fact that when I leave the grocery store that I have helped a soul. Interacting with the customers and leaving a smile on their faces, and seeing them satisfied brings joy in my life. It motivates me to look forward to work. 10. Describe a time when you failed in this role and the lesson you learnt. The interviewer asks the question to see if the candidate is growth-orientated or if the candidate is one to be fazed by the challenges. While answering this question, it is best to be honest. Sample answer. When I first started the position, I interacted with a difficult client and failed to showcase my calm mindset. In the end, the client was upset with me, a scene that I did not enjoy. I took the initiative to talk to some colleagues and asked him to advise me on how to deal with the customers. I worked with the company for 2 years, and I can confidently say the incident has never repeated itself. 11. Why do you feel you are the most suited for this role? Interviewers like asking this question as it helps set a candidate apart from other applicants. While answering this question, it is vital to find a unique angle that will help bring out your qualifications. Sample answer. Based on our discussion and the research I have done, your grocery store needs an employee who is excellent with customers, which will help set you apart from your competitors. At my last job, I was awarded as the Employee of the Month, 4 months in a row. I assure you that I will bring that drive to your grocery store because I value building relationships with clients. 12. Share with us your great achievement. Most interviewers tend to ask this question to know if you have had an achievement in your career. While answering this question, think of a particular scenario where your efforts were rewarded. Sample answer. My most outstanding achievement is when I was first awarded as the Employee of the Month. I felt my efforts were rewarded, and it truly motivated me to work harder. I had more confidence and was delighted to go to work, which eventually helped me to be rewarded another 3 times. As a grocery store clerk, you are required to perform multiple tasks. 13. How will you prioritize these tasks? Anytime an employer asks this question, it is often to assess if the candidate understands the difference between urgent and important tasks. While answering this question, you should give out real-life examples. Sample answer. I believe that if you do not make a plan, you are planning to fail. And this is why every morning, I write down a to-do list that will guide me during the day. I understand that impromptu tasks may come up, so I try not to overdo my to-do list. This helps offer room for change. On one particular day, one of my priorities was to check if there are any expired products on display. Then I checked in with my manager, and she requested me to help stack up new arrival products. I moved the other task to the middle of the day and spent the next few hours stacking up the products. There were a few workers that day, and it was crucial to stack up the products before the store opened. 14. How do you deal with a difficult customer? Often than not, most employers tend to ask this question to gauge the candidate's customer service experience. The question offers insight into your problem-solving skills and the ability to remain calm during a stressful event. While answering the question, giving an experience you went through is a plus. Sample answer. While I was employed at Company X, there is one time an angry customer barged in the store stating that he received an expired product. I was the closest grocery store clerk, so I approached him and asked how I could help. He told me his side of his story, and I assured him that he would be helped out. First, I asked if he had a receipt, which he did. Then I directed him to the manager, and she allowed him to pick a similar product. I was glad that he walked out a satisfied customer, which he thanked me before walking out of the grocery store. 15. Detail out how you would define excellent customer service. Defining customer service is not enough. Interviewers often ask this question to assess which candidates are passionate about their work. In this case, while answering a question, give an example of how you portrayed excellent customer service. Sample answer. It is true treating a customer with a friendly attitude exemplifies good customer service. However, if you want to showcase your excellent customer service, you ought to be willing to go above and beyond. This is why I try my best to accustom myself with the products in the grocery store. Having ample knowledge will make it easier for me to know how best to advise the customers. By faithfully following this, I have efficiently answered all their questions and left them satisfied. 16. How did you get to know about our company and what do you know about us? There are few reasons why employers tend to ask this question. One of them, being they want to see if the candidate did their research. People who take the initiative to research are more specific about their wants and are likely to love their job. Sample answer. I'm one of your loyal customers as I delight in shopping at your grocery store. This day I was randomly going through your website to check if you have any discounts and came across an article you had shared. The article highlighted that you were awarded as the best place to shop when you were at location X. I also read that you are looking to expand into providing food services. Is it right? I would like to know more about it. 17. Do you have a professional experience that qualifies you to be a grocery store clerk? Whenever an interviewer asks this question, they want to assess if your experience aligns with the position you are applying for. To help improve your odds of getting the job, ensure that you explain how your previous job prepared you for the new role. Sample answer. I have worked at a grocery store before, where I spent most of my working hours advising customers while trying to portray great customer service skills. While working with Grocery Store X, I got the chance to mentor others. While doing this, I still picked up a few pointers that helped improve my communication skills. I'm looking forward to exercising the skills I learned once I start working for you. 18. I would like to know why you left your previous job. This is among the most commonly asked questions in all interviews. The interviewers often ask this question to assess if you let in good terms with the former employer. Sample answer. I enjoyed working with Company X. I learned several things, such as how to relate with clients and how to communicate well. I do miss my co-workers, particularly my manager, as she was my mentor. However, having worked with them for a long time, I felt I needed a change of environment to continue growing. 19. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Interviewers tend to ask this question to gauge if the candidate's goals align with the company's. While answering this question, you should ensure that you find a connection between your goals and job description. Sample answer. In 5 years, my goal is to attain a certificate in communication and management that will be of great help in my position. My ultimate goal is to master my role as a grocery store clerk. While going through your website, I noticed that your company has a volunteer program. I'd like to be part of this program in the years to come. 20. Do you have any salary expectation? Interviewers ask this to get a sense of whether they can afford your service. Before going for the interview, it is advisable to do research on the salary range. This will help you not to state high or low salary expectation. Sample answer. I'm open to discussing what your company deems is a fair salary as a grocery store clerk. Based on my experience and assessment of the geographical area, I'd expect a salary ranging between $X and $Y. Again, I'm flexible and comfortable discussing it with you. Conclusion. Before anything else, preparation is the key to success, a great quote by Alexander Graham Bell. Going through the questions will definitely help you be prepared as it will improve the odds of you getting the job. Good luck.